Attention passionate LAS, Vegas Raiders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Las Vegas Raiders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Las Vegas Raiders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and LAS, Vegas Raiders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to what's happening around the NFL lately, you know that the Raiders are quietly positioning themselves for a potential game-changing move this offseason. And let's be honest, when we talk about the Raiders, we're talking about a franchise that's always ready to surprise, to shake things up and to make bold decisions. The last few seasons haven't been easy, especially after that tough 4-win campaign in 2024. But if there's one thing about the Raiders, it's that they never shy away from reinvention, from making bold moves to put themselves back into the conversation for playoff glory, and ultimately, a Super Bowl run. And right now, there's a lot of buzz about the possibility of the Raiders landing a game-changing player on defense, specifically at the cornerback position. You see, after the draft, and even throughout the offseason, General Manager John Spidek and head coach Pete Carroll have been focusing on reshaping this roster, building a foundation that can sustain success in the highly competitive AFC West. They've been making moves, acquiring players, drafting promising young talent, but one glaring need remains. We all know that elite cornerbacks are the backbone of a championship defense. They're the guys who shut down the league's best receivers, who change the momentum of games with their plays, and who provide that leadership and confidence that a secondary needs. And that's where rumors and reports are pointing to something very exciting: the potential acquisition of Jalen Ramsey. Yes, the same Ramsey who's been one of the league's top shutdown corners over the past few seasons, who's earned All-Pro honors, and who's a Super Bowl champion with the Rams. Now, the reports suggest that the Raiders might be a very real contender to land Ramsey if the Dolphins decide to move on from him. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense. Let's break it down. Ramsey is at a crossroads in his career. He's 30 years old now, and he's coming off an injury that kept him out of OTAs and minicamp with Miami. That absence naturally raises questions, but the thing is, Ramsey is a player who brings so much to the table: intelligence, physicality, ball skills, and leadership. The kind of player who can elevate an entire secondary. But at the same time, we have to consider the financials. His contract, which is hefty, around $21 million this season alone, with a cap hit that could be over $36 million in upcoming years, might seem like a lot for a rebuilding team like the Raiders, especially when you're trying to balance your cap and plan for the future. However, here's the interesting part: the Raiders have a lot of cap space right now. Reports indicate that they have over $36 million available, which means they could absorb Ramsey's contract without the need for complicated cap maneuvers. That's a huge advantage, especially when you consider how much a player of Ramsey's caliber can impact your defense. Pairing him with a young star like Jacorian Bennett, who showed flashes last season but struggled with injuries, could give the Raiders a truly formidable secondary. And let's not forget, the defense is the missing piece that could elevate this team from good to great. Max Crosby, the star pass rusher, is already a cornerstone. Adding Ramsey to the mix would give opposing quarterbacks a real headache. A lockdown corner who can shadow the best receivers, combined with Crosby's relentless pass rush, would make the Raiders' defense a nightmare for any offense. The potential for a dominant secondary, with Ramsey leading the way, is something that could turn the tide in their favor as they chase playoff success. But of course, there are concerns. Ramsey's knee injury and his absence from team activities raise questions about his current health and readiness. Teams will want to see him fully healed and back to his best before making a move. Plus, the fact that he's under contract through 2028 means that any team acquiring him is taking on a long-term commitment, both financially and in terms of team chemistry. And here's another layer to this story: Ramsey himself has spoken highly of the Raiders in the past. When he was traded from Jacksonville, he named the Raiders as a top destination. That mutual intrigue adds a little extra spice to the potential deal. If the Dolphins decide to prioritize draft picks and cap relief over their star corner, And if the Raiders see a real opportunity to accelerate their defensive rebuild, this could become a reality. The Rams are still the most logical landing spot for Ramsey, given their immediate Super Bowl aspirations and their existing relationship with him. But the Raiders are emerging as a dark horse, a team with enough cap flexibility, a clear desire to improve defensively, and a coaching philosophy that fits Ramsey's style of play. Pete Carroll's emphasis on toughness and versatility on defense aligns perfectly with Ramsey's intensity and football IQ. It's a match that makes sense when you think about it. And the timing couldn't be more interesting. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and the trade market is heating up. We've seen teams make blockbuster moves in recent years, and this could be one of those. If Las Vegas pulls the trigger, it signals a bold statement that they're not just building for the future, they're trying to contend now, to make a real playoff push, and to send a message to the rest of the division. The AFC West is fiercely competitive and stacked with talented teams like the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos, all of whom are looking to dominate. The Raiders know that to rise to the top, they need strategic upgrades, especially on defense. Adding a player like Ramsey could be that game changer, giving them the confidence to go head-to-head with the best and to finally break through that glass ceiling. Now, think about the broader picture. The Raiders have always been a franchise that embraces bold moves. From their iconic Al Davis days to recent seasons where they've shown resilience and a hunger for success, the team's identity is rooted in daring and innovation. Acquiring Ramsey would continue that legacy, demonstrating they're committed to competing at the highest level. It's about making a statement to their fans, to the league, and most importantly, to themselves, that they're ready to contend, ready to challenge the division and make their mark in the playoffs. And let's be honest, fans are already buzzing about this possibility. The idea of seeing Ramsey in that distinctive Raiders silver and black is electrifying. Imagine him lining up opposite some of the league's top receivers, the battles, the highlight plays, the momentum shifts. It's the kind of move that excites the entire fanbase, reinvigorates the team, and could be the spark that ignites a deep playoff run. But as with any big move, patience and timing are key. The Raiders will need to navigate the trade market carefully, weighing their cap situation, the players' health, and how well Ramsey fits into their long-term plans. It's a complex puzzle, but one that could pay off handsomely if executed right. General managers and coaches have a lot to consider, but the potential reward, a top-tier cornerback leading their secondary, makes it worth the effort. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is clear: the Raiders are not sitting still. They're actively exploring ways to elevate this roster, to get back into the postseason, and to give their fans the kind of competitive, exciting football they crave. And if the rumors are true, we might be on the brink of one of the most exciting trades in recent NFL history. So, Raiders fans, keep your eyes peeled. This offseason isn't over yet, and the next few weeks could bring some major surprises. Whether it's Ramsey or another star, one thing is certain: the Raiders are aiming high, and they're not afraid to make bold moves to get there. The AFC West better watch out because the silver and black might be about to take a giant leap forward. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Las Vegas Raiders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe the Raiders should go all in for Ramsey? Do you think the price is right? Or are you worried about the financial commitment and his health? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Raiders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Whether it's trades, draft insights, injury updates, or game previews, we're here to keep you in the loop. Remember, this is a team that's always aiming higher, always pushing for greatness, and with your support, we can keep the momentum going. Thanks for being part of this journey, Raiders family. Let's get ready for an exciting season ahead.